So, Chapter 1162 came out 2 weeks ago as of this recording, so I figure I'll review it now. I'll just be going over 4 main points that I found along the chapter, but I will post a review video for Chapter 1163 later in this format. Like and subscribe for more One Piece content like this, and let's get into the video. In the chapter, Kaido was shown taking the Azure Dragon Devil Fruit from Big Mom, who intended it for Katakuri, which is interesting. In Chapter 999, Big Mom mentions how she gave Kaido the Azure Dragon Fruit, even though in the actual events he snatched it from her. She likely framed it that way to give herself credit for Kaido getting as strong as he did. Plus, if Katakuri actually obtained the fruit, he would have been honestly insanely powerful. Luffy would have unironically died at Whole Cake Island, as the only means to break through the dragon skills is durability negation, which Luffy wouldn't have obtained until his Udon training at Wano. Getting back to my original point, Kaido's action isn't contradictory to his line about Haki during the end of Wano. Keep in mind, at this time, Kaido was 21 years old. He wouldn't have developed his Haki-centric philosophy to an extent. Even then, he would have saw people such as Roger, Rox, and Whitebeard who had strong Haki at this point, so he would have seen the power of Haki at full display, but it wouldn't be hammered home until he goes on his journey and fights people such as Oden, Shanks, and other fighters. If anything, it shows Kaido's growth from being arrogant about attaining a majorly powerful Devil Fruit to maturing and adopting Haki as a major power source, much like Luffy did at the end of Marineford, and what Kid and Law might do if they come back. Later in the chapter, we see Garp arriving in God Valley. He sees the casualties of the slaves and asks Sengoku if he was aware about the event, to which Sengoku tells him how he got reports of the event, but the reporter left the Marines. Now, Garp was pissed, and he would have most likely been guilty for not being able to intervene in the Celestial Dragon's manhunt, effectively being a black pill moment. Thus, this could have led to the creation of Sword as a method of changing the Marines from the inside, as they're able to act independently from the High Command. My thesis is that both Garp and Dragon want to both change the world system, but Garp prefers to change it from the inside, as he would be allowed to enact justice against pirates, while Dragon is an open rebellion against the world government. In a sense, Dragon is the revolutionary, while Garp is the inquisitor. We then see Rox escaping with Eris and Teach. Running from people that were under Domi Reversi and from Gurling's dialogue, we know he has regeneration the same way Gunko and Summers do. We then see Eris leave with Teach, but Zebek knows how anyone in the Davy clan would be tortured and most likely killed. It is important for a future theory of mine, but the Davy clan were persecuted most likely for their ties to the Void Sentry of Davy Jones, who might not be who you think he is. Rox then fully engages Garling, whom he manages to defeat decisively. Many agenda heads want to use this against Garling, but we have to remember that Garling has regeneration, so he never fully lost. Plus, it would show that Rox is that strong if he could body arguably the world government's strongest fighting force. Plus, Rox was fresh before fighting Garling, but obtained visible bruises and injuries afterwards while also huffing and puffing, implied that Garling was able to inflict damage on Rox and give him a good fight. We also have to remember that Rox was fighting to defend his family and would have therefore gone all out, so that just makes Rox that much stronger during the fight. And as we saw with Kuma, he was able to use armament Haki to defend Bonnie despite being essentially dead at that point. Another point taken is that it's not confirmed what Garling's rank or age was during the God Valley. For all I know, he could have been one of the regular Holy Knights, just having an elevated status to the Gorosei due to being the patriarch of the Figureline family. And he could have been in his 20s when he was deployed to God Valley and faced Rox, only to get defeated. Still, he had like 40 years to get stronger between God Valley and the present day, so he's definitely not weak by any means, especially during the present day in Elbaf. At the end of the chapter, we get to see Imu possessing Saturn in a similar manner to when they possessed Gunko in present-day Elbaf. We see Roger, Garp, and Rox, joined by Whitebeard and Kaido, facing Satmu, who are Saturn-possessed Imu. This would indirectly fulfill Rox's earlier statement in the flashback of coming back for Imu, as Satmu would have come to God Valley to seemingly take care of things himself. This also would have gave Egghead and Elbaf some weight, honestly, as Imu and the Gorosei never had to be deployed since God Valley, when all of these monsters were gathered in one place. Other way God Valley parallels Elbaf is that Imu has similar dialogue to when they were talking to the Holy Knights under Elbaf, essentially telling him that it's taking too long to get the job done. I'll talk about the Elbaf and God Valley parallels in a future video, so keep out for that. Anyways, that's all I had to say for this video. Now on to the conclusion. Alright, this is the end of the video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you liked it, and leave a comment. I'm open to discussion or constructive criticism on what I could have done better in this video. Anyway, peace out and God bless.